Hiya Steve, Lee Hogan here, VIP TV. Come to chat to you about hopefully a future world champion prospect, Terry Flanagan.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, Lee. July the 11th, Box Nation at the Velodrome, 2 minutes away from his road. So, you know, he couldn't have been given a better opportunity to fight for the world title and hopefully win it. He's got a very hard opponent, but Frank Warren's pulled the stops out. He's got it at home. He's got it right round the corner from him. So, you know, it'll be a very proud moment, probably the proudest moment in boxing if Teddy can become a world champion.
Could be a real Rocky story, couldn't it? And literally, it is a stone's throw, the Velodrome from his house, isn't it?
Yeah, he's doing well with the tickets. You know, there's still 4 weeks to go, and he sold over 800 tickets himself personally. So, I'd have thought by the time he comes, he'll have done maybe 1,200, 1,500 tickets, and they're all barn pots and round there, so the atmosphere will be frightening, and like we said with Frank when we was talking, we didn't want to go to America, we wanted to win this, and Frank's dug deep. We took a bit of the pain with him, and hopefully he'll be rewarded at the Velodrome on July the 11th, and for me, Lee, it's extra special because we've had him from the start. And you know, I've been close with Brian Rose when he went over to America and fought Andrade. It's probably maybe the wrong fight for him. We can't turn world title chances down, and so we took it. And Jamie Moore was close as well. You know, he lost to Ryan Rose in the final eliminator for the WBC. And you know, people say, why do you have a risky fight when you're so close? But we thought at the time it was a fight that Jamie was more than capable of winning, and he had a problem with the weight, and that was the only reason he didn't beat Ryan Rhodes. You know, early doors he was in total control of that fight, and it was just the weight issues. But you know, probably Brian might have struggled with weight as well. I don't know that side.
I know you've got this in the back garden, but it's not the original opponent you wanted. I mean, this kid is one of the toughest of them all, isn't he? His record is phenomenal.
Yeah, he's unbelievable, his record, this Jose Cepeda there. He's had 23 fights, he's won 20 by knockout, and 16 of those knockouts have come in the first 3 rounds. So there's a couple of things, you know, we don't really know how good his opponents have been. He's beat a couple of name kids that we know, but they were coming to the end of their career. And the big thing for us is we don't know how we got to be ranked in the lightweights when he's never fought a lightweight. You know, he's actually down as a welterweight, but he's been mainly a light welterweight. So we're you know, getting on with it because we've been told we're fighting him, and that's who we're fighting. But you know, our strategy will be hopefully to get him in those later rounds and see if that weight does affect him.
Well, I think I've looking at his record with you before, and I don't think he's been past 8 rounds. When he's won for title, he's stopped him early on. So
yeah, he's been some scheduled 10 rounders, and he has done an 8 rounder. You know, so let's hope he's been beating kids who weren't that good and knocking them out. So we'll find out on July 11th. But he could have to be a very, very good fighter to knock Terry Flanagan out, because he's a mover and
southpaw.
He's an awkward southpaw, and he's got a good chin.
I don't think we've seen the best of Terry Flanagan yet. You know, we've only really got a chance, the public, you know, on television, we've only got a chance to see the last, basically 12 months of his career. But you've been with him over 7 years now, haven't you? Yeah,
you know, I've just been looking there, because there's some points of his career, just go through it as quick as we can. You know, January 2009, he had his pro debut. He'd come before with a kid called Carl Place with his trainer Steve Baylor, who while we talk about him, I've got to say, he's done a fantastic job with him. I keep saying he's probably boring now. He's gone from the little duckling into the white swan, and you know, when he come down with Carl Place, I knew Carl Place was physically mature and a good fighter that they all knew in the England squads, and everyone raved about him. And I was saying, look, you need a couple of more years, Teddy. And it was, no, I want to turn pro now. If I don't turn pro now, I'm just going to give it up. So, you know, Steve said, look, give him a chance, he'll come good. It'll take a while, but he will come good. So we took it nice and easy with him. And then in like 2011, we went away to Brentwood, and he was put in the away corner, which Steve didn't like, but Teddy didn't care. He just got in the ring, said, I'm not bothered what corner I come out of, it's the same ring, I'll batter him. And he did do, and that was like a probably super bantamweight at the time. He might have even been less. So he's grown since then, and he's not just grown in weight, he's grown as a person and he's grown as a fighter. So an opportunity to go into prize fight up to lightweight, and it was only a few weeks after he'd won the English against Troy James, he jumped in that. The outsider, I personally had 5 fighters in the lightweights, and everyone was saying who should be betting on. And I went, well, I'm not saying he's a favourite, but the best price is Terry Flanagan, and a lot of people cleared up on that night, and he won it, beating a couple of kids, Terry Matthews, and then Gary Sykes in the final. And you know, normally from the prize fighter, people jump on, you get put on more of the matches and shows and everything like that, but it didn't happen for Terry. But in hindsight, it's probably a better thing. You know, he went on the next year, his big fight was Nate Campbell on an Amir Khan undercard show, and he went and absolutely smashed him. Now,
in Sheffield, that was it?
In Sheffield, yeah. And absolutely smashed him and looked fantastic.
4 rounds was it, I think?
It was about 4 rounds, he stopped him. He was down for 10 rounds that fight, yeah. So he did really well. That was in 2013. Kept fighting. Then the opportunity come to fight for the British against Geffin. He won that. And then obviously the next stepping stone was eliminator for the world title, which he fought Steve Ormond, who we're going to have to find out, was he domestic level or was it European / British level? We don't know, because he's not gone on to do anything, but he beat Denny Matthews quite comfortable, and Terry handled him a couple of rocky periods for 2 rounds, but you know, he was getting that easy for him that Steve Ormond had looked up the easy way out and got disqualified by sticking the head in. So since then, you know, we've ticked over waiting for this opportunity, and it's here now, July the 11th, and you know, it's going to be a great story if Terry Flanagan wins the world title in his hometown.
Well, I love the fact that Stevie's coach was actually used to box at the same amateur club as him, and Terry was a young whippersnapper who used to follow him around and, you know, idolise him and everything, and then when he finished boxing and set up the gym, he just naturally moved on with him. And so
it's a great story, and you know what the thing about them, they are friends, but in the gym, Terry knows that Steve's the boss, and that's how it's got to be, and you know, you've got to give the respect to the pair of them, that they've got a relationship where
very strong.
It's very business-like while being friends, and sometimes when you're friends with people it's hard to do business with them, but you know, they've got the boundaries which you don't cross, and up to now it's a perfect partnership, and I'll be as pleased for Steve as I will for Terry and myself, hopefully, when he wins the world title, because he's took a lot of the pain along with me and Terry to get to this
It's been on, like I say, 7 years, isn't it? Everyone will think it'll be an overnight success, because I say it's only the last 18 months that he's actually been on telly and the public have had a chance to see him.
Yeah, but we bring the kids up the right way here. We don't rush them into it, you know. And we've had success stories. You know, Tommy Coyle's fighting a couple of weeks after in a massive stadium fight with Lynn Campbell, and after that, you know, Josh Warrington's packing out the arena. So, you know, between them 3 there, we're not far off getting 3 of the biggest ticket sellers in the UK in the VIP stable, and it must be because we're doing something right.
Nice one, Steve. Listen, I'll see you on the 11th, and hopefully we'll have a new world champion.
Yeah, looking forward to it, and a genuine world champion. There's some ones out at the moment which they call themselves world champion, but they're not. We know with Terry, if he wins this, he's a genuine world champion.
Alright, nice one, Steve.
Thanks,
See you later.
Lee.
Bye.
Ta.